Hi my friend, it's Pat Sloan here. It is Make-A-Wish charity quilt along, week number 5 on Heartfelt, and my quilt just came back from Gina Tell. It is quilted and I'm going to unbag it. It's already out of the box, so I can't say unbox. So I'm going to unbag it and show it to you, but first let me just show you this clip that I did of the block for this week, for this month rather, before I sent it to Gina. This is the 5th month for the Make-A-Wish charity with the Fat Quarter Shop called Heartfelt, and each of these blocks have a really cute name, and this one's called Love Bug. This is our second star block that has a heart inside of it. So it's different than the first one. So the heart is smaller and it kind of floats in the middle, which I really like. So I did this one in a high contrast, but a lot of my other ones, whoops, there, I'll hold them up for you. These ones were all done a little bit lower contrast, which was really fun. I love that light blue and green, and I've got yellow and pink. Now these will all go in their proper place up on the wall. Here's another one with a pink heart and the teal and pink. So those are my blocks for this month. They will get into this layout, and then we have one more month of blocks. After that, we'll be doing the layout and then the backing. With all the hearts in this quilt, each block would just be so wonderful as a standalone quilt, but all together they are amazing. This is again from Make-A-Wish, so I want to show you how Gina sent me the quilt back, and I'm going to open it up so we can take a look at it. I haven't looked at it yet myself. I wanted to save it and do it with you. So Gina sent me her business card so I would have one. Of course, I know Gina, but it's awesome. Now, Gina quilts for the Fat Quarter Shop. She does quilt for other people too, so you can have your quilt done by her. So she sends it in, like if you're there, she probably, you know, has your own, you have your own bag for taking your quilts back and forth, but she sent me one, and it's all bagged up. Look how cute she cut this. So it's all cute. And then a little thank you thing on here. Okay. I'm just going to put it down on the chair. There we go. I think you can see it. So we're going to untie or pull off the ribbon, whichever is easier. Just got to end a knot. I can't untie the knot. Here, I'm just going to slip it out. There we go. Okay, exciting, exciting. So the quilt is, ta-da, it's in here, look. So here's her bag, thread graffiti, and the quilt. We chose, I'm going to show you the close-up of the, look, we chose the hearts. Can you see them? Hearts quilted in there. And so let me just back up, and I will open this. Oh, so exciting when they come back. And this is one that will go up to auction for Make-A-Wish. So you will be able to bid on it. Here we go. It's big. Ta-da! And I will get it up on the wall for another day so that I can show it to you. But isn't this fantastic? And it has the fancy back, which I'm not going to show you yet, but there's the backing fabric, plus it has that great big heart pattern. Oh, so nice. So this is just fantastic. Now we still have quite a couple more months, several more months before the quilts go up for auction, but I need to get the binding on, take my own photos, then send it to the Fat Quarter Shop, who will take their photos for the auction day, get everything ready, get the auction site ready. So all of that takes a little bit of time. So I had to work forward a little bit on mine. But it is a great, great block today. So fun. So fun to get it back and see all the beautiful quilting that Gina did. All right, what else do we have? Coming up next Wednesday, are you ready for summer camp? I need like a summer camp t-shirt. What do you think? Like I need like Camp Sloaney. It's like, I need a graphic artist. Who out there is a graphic artist? I need Camp Sloaney graphics so that I can go to one of those sites and, you know, send them the graphic, and then you all can order a t-shirt or a tote bag that has Camp Sloaney on it. But I need a graphic artist so that somebody can make something cute. So here is my bin. Let's take a look. let's take a look at what I have collected. I am using the fabric line called Frankie, and we have our layouts. I've got my bin ready. See, I've got the little sign that says Wednesday, so I can keep using the same box for Wednesday projects. So you have the layout, and it is 9 blocks, so this is a nice easy summer sew along. If you have fabrics that you already own, use them, get them out and use them. Mine here is the Frankie line, and it has these wonderful, pretty much the same prints, just done in a whole bunch of different colors: red, yellow, green, black, white. Look at this. I just love this. It looks like a quilt already. And the polka dots. Look at the green one. That is so cool. And then and then it comes in black. I like that on the black, that high contrast. There's some pink in here and light blue. Lots of pretty shades. So I hope you have all of your fabric collected up, ready to sew the first block. And you don't need to pick the sashing stuff yet. I did mine all in advance. So this is the border. These are the 4 things for sashing. Here's the white background. It's just a grunge from the line, from the Frankie line. So I am ready. I am ready to rock and roll and get the first block done. All the patterns, I've written all the patterns, and so they are being edited, and they'll be, of course, all ready for next Wednesday when we do the first one. What I did is that I didn't go to a lot of summer camps like some people, and my summer camp was, pretty limited. It was just the Girl Scout experience. But what I did is I took things that were memories of mine, things that happened at camp, and I sort of give the sort of higher end topic of what it is, and then give a story. And then what happens is when you do your block, you can tell me something about that sort of high end thing that happens at camp. And let's say like crafts, like what kind of camping craft memories do you have, that kind of a thing. So that's how it runs. So if you've never done one of my sew-alongs before, they're easy piece blocks. They do not look like the topic. They're not image-based blocks. They're just traditional blocks. And it's just a fun way to use your fabric, sew together, be a community. So I hope that you will join in, even if you have lots of other things going on, because who doesn't? Who doesn't? But 1 block a week with a simple setting, the setting is not difficult either, and you have a quilt. And if you're using fabric you own, win, win, win. There's no lose here. Awesome. I know you're going to join me. All right, so I didn't do any more on the lemonade cake. Lemonade cake. This layer cake. Lemonade layer cake. It's like, what am I saying? Yeah, that's it. I didn't do any more on that. So it is kind of there at this point. All right, I have a couple things. One is I'll just do this one now. I did a video for those of you who are entering for the giveaway like this quilt's going to go to somebody's house because we hit 80,000, and so you need to leave a message at my website at the link that I gave you, and I gave again today. And some of you have never left comments at websites, so I did this quick little video to show you how to do that. So let's look. Let me just show you what you do to leave a comment. So at my website, at my blog. So first of all, I'm on a desktop, which means I'm on the web version of YouTube. So even if you're on a tablet, you can use the web version of YouTube versus the app version, which is what's on your phone. So right here, it says more. And this is where the description box is, where all the good links are. Plus, I do a pinned post. See my name here? This very first post is pinned to the top. So every time you look at the comments, the very first post in the comments is always mine, which I'm starting to put the link here, so that will help some of you who are maybe only using the app. So here it is. The link is right at the top. It's the very first thing. So when you click it, it goes to my blog. So this is the blog, which is a website. A website is a blog. And if I were to click the top here, you would see the articles one right after the other. Here's the first article, and then there's the next article from May 31st. Comments would be here, but when you're, we'll go back now. I'm going to go back to that screen that we've went to from my YouTube. This is the same link that you will get from the email that you get. And now you're actually on the article, and so you just go to the end. All comments are always left at the end. The end, the end, the end. So when you get down here, you go past the photo sharing for people who are not on Facebook and don't share there. And now you have the comments. But you have to go to the end of the comments. That's just the way websites work. They rarely put that right at the top. So you just scroll to the end. Now I'm already signed in because I own everything. So if I were to sign out, this will look a little bit different for you. We will see the version. There we go. So I'm not signed in. And you just go and you type in here, answer question, and then you type your name. It's going to pop up for me. And then this is optional. You do not need to use that. There's no way, and I say it right here, website URL field is optional, leave it blank. I don't have any way to remove that. It doesn't give me that option on my company that I use. So then you would just post, and it would eventually, there it is, see, it showed up. So you don't have to sign in with these things. You can just answer it as is. But if you want to sign in, you can. So there, I think it puts your picture in there when you do that kind of a thing. Okay, so hopefully that will help you. If you are on your phone, it's going to look a little different, but it's still going to mechanically work the same. You will go and you'll be using the address, which is the top, and not just the blog. I mean, if you don't have the address title, the article title in it, if you see this, you are at the top level. And so, anyway, there we go, friends. A little tutorial. See, it's easy. Now on your app, it's going to look slightly different, but if you can go to my website on the web at your app, just open up your web browser and put in my, go click to my link through your web browser, it will pretty much look the same. So that will be easy for you. Once you know how to leave comments at a website, your world is your oyster. You have all kinds of things you can now do that you didn't do before, so you learn something new. Now I did get the binding on. This is the last quilt I had to do binding for last month, for May, and I got it. I don't know if it's right side up or not, but I think I've got it upside down. Yeah, I do. Here we go. Hold on. So I got the binding done. I was very pleased with that because I wasn't sure. That's like I got like halfway and then started doing other projects and it didn't get done, but it's done. Done, 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 done. And I stitched the hanging sleeve. So it is finished and I love it. I got to hang it this fall. And then it'll probably go to a new home after that. So here's the backing. It's the one where I did all the patchwork and crumb blocks, and I had so much fun with it. And Judy did an absolutely fantastic job quilting a quilt with a backing like this. You're really good long armers. They know how to do that. They don't have any trouble doing double-sided quilts. And so I'm just so grateful for the people that I work with that do my long arming. Okay, so a couple things in the news. First of all, let me just give you two that in the news items that got sent to me. One is this fabulous quilt that was done by a lady in Tulsa for Queen Elizabeth's Jubilee. Isn't this amazing? Amazing. So I'll leave the link to the news article at the paper, but I just thought the quilt is so fantastic. And the other one is, it was sent by Beth. I got to read this, be sure I do it right. She said she had the privilege to be at the meeting at her local quilt guild where they presented the blocks made from our quilts for Ukraine, the big blue star. And they were given to a local Ukrainian who attended and talked about their life from that side. So there's a link below to go watch that if you like. So I thought that was just so beautiful. Just beautiful to be able to know that we're helping people, you're helping people, communities are helping people. And on that note, there's another one that will be announced today at the Fat Quarter Shop, auction for the Robb Elementary School families in Texas. So this, of course, was just horrific tragedy, this shooting of the elementary school children and their teachers. And I know a lot of you have been just wondering what you can do. So Kimberly and I were talking, and she had wanted to auction off my the sew along that she did of mine, and I said, well, what about trying to find a way to help the families? And so they found that there is a way to give funds, sort of vetted, proper place that it will get to them through one of the banks in their town. And so what she's doing is she's going to be putting up, Kimberly at the Fat Quarter Shop will be putting up 4 quilts for auction. And one is Sweet Dreams, done with us, and then 3 others. So she'll be putting those all up for auction today, and she'll be showing them on her live stream today. And then she's going to send me the quilts, and I'll be able to hold up all the quilts and show them to you so that we can get some really nice auction bids for these 4 quilts. It will just be fabulous. So I will show you all that as they come. I don't have any pictures today except for the one of the donation through the bank, but that is a great in the news feature. All right, I had 2 Q&As. I thought I would just wrap up with 2 Q&As for this Friday. One is, well, maybe there's 3. So Sherry asks, when I'm doing borders, so we've got a quilt up here with no borders, so this is just perfect. The borders are not on yet. She says, basically, do the borders have a certain way they need to go on? Excuse me. Do they need to go on top and bottom, and then sides and sides, or do you put the sides on and then the top and bottom? Do you put top, side, bottom, side? What's the deal? So basically, every designer is going to decide for themselves, but my way of approaching it is normally, now I don't do this 100%, but I normally will do top and bottom and then the sides, but not always, because one, if I can get sort of the width of fabric from either the top, by the top and bottom, if I get the width of fabric because that's shorter, then I definitely want to do those first, and then the sides would be pieced, then I would put those on. So I would piece the side borders. Now if you're doing length of fabric, I want to be able to be the most economical. And so depending on how the math works out, sometimes you might put the sides on first and then the top and bottom, so that if you're doing length of fabric without cutting it, it will be the most useful and most frugal and not waste fabric. The other thing that I do is I like to put top and bottom because this elongates when you do the long sides second, because they go all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom. And so for your eye, it makes your eye feel like you're seeing the quilt longer. It's just sort of a visual thing. So I hope that helps. Let me just do 2 today. Okay, so the other one is, I forget who asked this, but what do I drink at Starbucks? Normally I drink a medium size, which is called a grande Americano. An Americano is brewed, a little stronger brewed coffee. It's done, with a press, sort of, but in the big machine. And then I just put that over ice. I usually get it iced, and then they add water to it. Then I do a splash of soy milk because I can't drink real milk anymore. So I do soy or almond. And that's my normal. But then sometimes I will get ones all with soy that are more fancy, like the caramel macchiato or the in Christmas time there's some Christmas drinks. I like the pumpkin latte, but I don't drink the ones with a lot of soy or the heavier milk base that much, because I just don't want that much. I'd rather just have it mostly coffee. And I also do like the peach green tea lemonade. No, peach green tea lemonade. Yeah, that's what it is. So there's peach flavor in lemonade with green tea. So that one's really good. That's one I like too. So, okay, there you go. Now you know all the news fit to print. So remember, go and enter for this, because today's Friday. Yeah, it's the last day. So then I will find a name, and this will find a new home. And then you are doing your block today for Heartfelt Welcome, and I will be working on the binding to get that done and back out to the Vac Quarter Shop. So as soon as I have more on the auctions for Robb Elementary, I will be posting it as well, but the link is here today at my website for it. So I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.